shares of GE are at session highs right now, up almost 9%. This after the company unveiled its plans to become more focused, stronger, simpler, saying that it's going to be, from this point forward, aviation, power, and a renewable energy company, that it is spinning GE Healthcare into a standalone company, a process that's starting immediately and will take place over the next 12 to 18 months, and also saying that it's going to fully separate GE Baker Hughes over the next 2 to 3 years, in which it has a 2/3 stake in that company. So earlier today on Squawk on the Street, CEO and Chairman John Flannery, who's been at the helm just shy of a year, saying that this process and this announcement, which investors have been looking for months now, is very personal to him.
I share in every sense the pain, if you will. You know, my life savings is in the stock, so I have the same sort of connection to the issue. The second thing I'd say is we've gone through a tough patch. We've faced into the issues. We're dealing with the issues. We have a plan. We know where we are. We're realistic about that. We know exactly where we want to go with the portfolio, with the balance sheet, with how we run the company, and we know exactly how to get there. And stay tuned for the ride here.
Now, David Faber also asked John Flannery if this is it, if there are any more surprises that could be coming out of GE, something that we've seen in terms of news announcements in recent months that has helped push the stock down by half over the past 12 months. He said, we're done. Yes, we're done. No more, I guess you could say, skeletons coming out of the closet, to use my own words. But the thinking here is that by spinning off healthcare into its own standalone company, you unlock more value for that specific business than rather if it were part of this conglomerate umbrella under GE. The reason he's keeping aviation and power and really renewables, which seems to be its own tier now, together is because there are a lot of synergies technologically, in terms of materials that are used, and in terms of install base, and just in terms of the global infrastructure from a production standpoint. In terms of Baker Hughes, how they exit that stake over the next 2 to 3 years really remains to be seen. There are different ways that they could do that. And then the other thing I would just note, Melissa, is that GE Capital, which is continuing to be a part of this new envisioned GE, that they are looking to streamline that and will be making a capital contribution to that of $3 billion next year. Lastly, the dividend staying in place until this standalone healthcare company is realized, at which point both GE Healthcare and GE, the standalone company, will reassess where the dividend is at. Back over to you.
Morgan, in the release, GE said that it would basically reevaluate the dividend and put it in line with its industrial peers. Is that sort of a backhanded way of saying we are not cutting the dividend? We are not eliminating, I should say, the dividend.
Yeah, I think it is safe to say, at least at this point in time, based on the press release, the comments on the call, and the interview on our air today, that that is the case. I would not be surprised to see that the dividend does get lowered in line with industrial peers when the time comes in 12 to 18 months when healthcare is its own company.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.